What up, y'all? It's me, Sister Girl Tuesday, back at it again with another video. Merry Christmas Eve. So, I don't know about what the weather is like where you are, but it's kind of cold and dreary. It was sprinkling earlier, and that made me want something warm and cozy. So, I decided to see what was in my refrigerator, what was in my pantry, to make some soup and some bread. And y'all, I went through it making this recipe, but it gave me a testimony. The soup I'm gonna make for you today is a tomato soup, specifically not a bisque, a tomato soup, and some focaccia bread. And I have renamed it resurrection bread because when I tell y'all, I thought I killed this yeast, but then in the end it rose. I mean, it's a testimony in itself, so that's why I'm calling it resurrection bread. Y'all, I just want to say that a lot of the ingredients you would use to make this recipe traditionally, I did not have, so I was improvising. And yeah, there's something else I'm supposed to tell you, but I don't know. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. You already know, before you go, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. First thing you're gonna do is wash and cut your tomatoes. This is about 30-ish grape tomatoes. And then I've got about 1/4 of an onion that I've sliced. Traditionally, there'd be red bell peppers. Didn't have those, but I did have pickled jalapenos. And traditionally, there'd be fresh garlic. Didn't have that, so I used minced garlic. But putting that in there, going in with some extra virgin olive oil, making sure things are well coated before I season. And I'm seasoning with paprika, seasoning with black pepper, and then finally going in with a little kosher salt. You don't need a lot of kosher salt because we are going to go back in later with some vegetable broth, which is naturally salty. Mix everything together before putting it in the air fryer on 400 for 40 minutes. But then I decided I didn't need that much time because this is where they are about halfway through. So the total cook time was 20 minutes for roasting the vegetables. So again, just kind of flipping them here so they're halfway through. This is what they look like. Now I've got my Vitamix, and I'm going to add all of my vegetables and the brine that it's kind of made into the mixing bowl, and then going in with some vegetable broth and then giving everything a really good blend. We're trying to get this as smooth as possible. Traditionally, this is where you add heavy cream. Didn't have that, but I did have vegan cream cheese and a little bit of water. So I added that before popping the lid back on and mixing again. Eventually, I did add some more water because this was giving more bisque consistency and I wanted more soup consistency. Now, to the star of the show, the resurrection bread, y'all. Okay, so fun fact here, you're supposed to only use about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of sugar. Yeah, I used 2 tablespoons. And then I added my yeast, and this is why I call it resurrection bread. I thought it had died, the yeast, because it wasn't blooming, wasn't doing anything, but I decided to just go on with it. So you saw me adding in the salt, you see me adding in the flour, and I start to combine all of these ingredients, and y'all, I'm a little worried at this point. A little worried, but I power through, push through. So yeah, the dough is looking very dry right now. Very dry, but as I got my hands in there and I was feeling the dough, I was like, okay, this feels kind of familiar. So I have an oven safe bowl, and I'm just going to put in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, put the dough in there, add some oil on top. I set it in a place to rise. So it's supposed to be warm and dry, or warm and moist. Yeah, as you can see here, it didn't really do anything. So I just do some stretch and folds here with all of that olive oil, just making sure that the entire bread is covered. I put it back in the oven, and then it did rise, and I was so happy. Just like Jesus, it rose, y'all. The bread rose. We're gonna be transferring pans again, so put down some olive oil, pressing out the dough, and then just doing the famous part of poking the holes in it, adding some more olive oil, seasoning with Italian seasoning, a little bit of some garlic salt, and then some vegan Parmesan cheese. Y'all, I was so proud of my little bread. Look at it going in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. Again, let's just admire it. This is what it looked like. Y'all see it? Y'all see this bread? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was so obsessed with it. I just kept taking more and more video. I don't have a good picture of the soup and the bread together, but here's what I do have. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below.